Good afternoon, everyone. It's Steve Lookner with Right Side Broadcasting. We are coming to you with live coverage of Day 3 of the widespread anti-government protests in Iran. These protests started on Thursday. It is now Saturday evening in Iran. These are still going on. We're seeing new video come in. We want to show you some of the new video. These protests have been focused on economic issues. A lot of people complaining about prices, about how the economy hasn't gotten as better as they thought it would since the Iran nuclear deal. People complaining about money being spent on foreign entanglements by the Iranian government, on foreign entanglements in places like Syria and Yemen and Iraq, and not enough on the citizens. So a lot of economic complaints seem to be driving these protests, and they continue for a third day. Protests like this, very rare in Iran. These are the biggest protests in Iran since 2009, when big protests happened after the presidential election there, which a lot of people thought in Iran thought were rigged. The protests were violently put down. These are the biggest protests since then in Iran. It's pretty rare to see, and pretty rare to see some of the anti-government rhetoric we've seen at the protests in the last couple days. There's some footage I'm going to show you of people reportedly from tonight of people tearing down posters of the supreme leader, Khamenei of Iran. So I'm going to show you some of that footage. I have some footage that we've been seeing in the last few minutes on social media, reportedly of in the aftermath of an incident where security forces fired on protesters, but I can't confirm. So the footage I'm going to show you in general can't really confirm any of it is really what it purports to be. But given all of the reports we've seen about the protests, I would have to imagine that a fair amount of this footage coming out is legitimate because, for the last several days, multiple news organizations have been reporting on all these protests going on. But just take every individual piece of video with a certain grain of salt that we see, because we can't confirm any individual video that it is what it purports to be. So we're going to bring you this coverage here. Thank you for joining us. Let me make sure you can hear me. Coming out sounds like you can hear me. Wonderful. Thank you to our moderators being in the chat room today. We got Guinevere so far on the YouTube chat, and Common Sense and Gleno on the website. And if you, during the broadcast, if you'd like to message me, if you have a comment, or maybe you have some footage from social media, you've heard some news updates about the situation there that you want to pass on, that I can pass on to the audience, shoot me a message at Lookner on Twitter, at LOOKNER. So I want to first get to actually, you know what I want to do real quick? Let me just adjust something. I'm just adjusting the title of the video. I wanted it to say Iran anti-government protests. Let me just correct this before we get underway. So if people are searching on YouTube, they can find it. Then I'll show you some video. I think I just took care of it. Okay, we should be good to go. Let's see if that took care of it. There we go. Correct title now on the video. Now I can show you some stuff. But let me just pop out the chat room so I can see that. So the first video I want to show you is a video which we've just started seeing. I've seen multiple people, multiple media outlets reporting this video, but I can't confirm its authenticity. But let me show it to you right now. So here is one of the outlets. Oh, and by the way, Trump's Sword just made a donation, and Trump's Sword said, "Thank you, RSB," and he gave $17.76. That's really kind of you. Your donations do keep us on the air, so if you want to donate, support Right Side Broadcasting, go to the bottom of the YouTube chat and click on the dollar sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. There's a little dollar sign there. Thank you, Trump's Sword. And our moderator, Jude, is also with us now. Thanks for joining us, Jude. You can also donate by going to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. All right, let me show you this video. So this, again, just recently, a lot of people are posting this video. This is from, this post is from Live UA Map Middle East. And they say at least 3 people are reportedly shot dead in town of Dorud in Iran's Loristan. Protesters carry the bodies chanting "Death of Khamenei," who is the supreme leader. He is the supreme religious leader in the figure with the highest power in Iran. So protesters carry the bodies shouting "Death of Khamenei" and I kill the one who killed my brother. So this reportedly that's what it is. Let's watch this video now. So we do see some bodies being carried away in the video. Purportedly, it's a video from the protests tonight there where people were shot at by security forces. I can't confirm this. It's being widely posted. I'll show it to you again. But just to let you know, that's like the big piece of video that just came out in the last little bit. Chris Douglas made a donation. Thank you. Chris says, Steve, could you give me a brief synopsis of why these protests are happening? So basically, these protests started happening on Thursday in one town in Iran, and they've spread in the last couple of days throughout Iran. And from the reporting I've seen, they are economic in focus. A lot of people are unhappy with the economy there. For example, there's over 40% youth unemployment in Iran. Prices have gone up a lot recently. Also, a new budget recently came out that people were unhappy with because it cut some subsidies and it didn't do enough to help poorer people, certain people thought. And it spent some money on things people didn't want money spent on. So there are people. Some people are unhappy because they thought they were promised that in their opinion, they were told that the economy would get a lot better after the Iran nuclear deal, and it hasn't gotten as much better as they thought. Price of eggs has gone up a lot there. So high prices, high unemployment. People don't think the government's doing enough for them. Some people think that the government is spending too much on like foreign wars, foreign military entanglements in places like Iraq, Yemen, and Syria, and not doing enough for economically for the people. So the people who are protesting, from what I have heard, it is largely economic in nature. Now, as to why these protests are happening now rather than a month ago or 2 months ago or a year ago, those are complex questions I can't tell you the answer to. I mean, is the economy that much worse than it was 6 months ago, or is something else happening there on the ground, that's different? That's a great question, and I don't have the answer to you. But all we know is that a lot of people are unhappy with the economy there. And also, let me emphasize again, you do not see protests like this in Iran with any kind of regularity. Once in a while you see economic protests, but the kind of rhetoric people are using in videos we're seeing, like death to Khamenei, we don't want an Islamic state, those are very dangerous things for protesters to be saying, dangerous to themselves, and that's not the kind of thing you usually see from Iran. And actually the government came out today, I want to try to find that story for you, but I believe they said any kind of demonstration needed to be registered with the government. So these kind of protests are usually not allowed. And the last time there were big protests like this was 2009 after the election. And those protests were violently put down. So there's questions out there as to whether will these protests continue? Will they grow? And if they do continue and grow, will the government start using more force to put them down? We haven't really seen widespread force. I mean, we saw this video. I saw some video yesterday of like water cannons being shot at people. But we haven't seen, and some tussles between security forces and people there. And granted, we don't have all the video coming out of there. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on we don't know about. But we haven't seen, lots of video of like mass beatings and stuff like that, the kind of which we saw in 2009. So we'll see if we do see that. But that's a very quick summary of what's going on there right now. So let me show you. I'd like to get you I just want to show you that video again, because this is like the big video of the moment that people are passing around on social media. So let me show you that again, this video of the supposed aftermath of forces firing on protesters, security forces firing on protesters. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I will call it up here for you. And then I have some other video I'd like to show you as well. Here it is. Oh, that's not it. Sorry, that's a different video. I think I got it. Again, this is unconfirmed, but I'll show it to you. Well, that doesn't help. I was trying to get you a bigger shot of it, but for now I'll show you the same video again that we just saw before. I think this is a little better. I think this is better. Okay, this is a little bigger. This was posted by Michael Horowitz. And again, it's the same video we saw before. Multiple casualties reported. I can't verify this video at protests in Loristan, where Iranian security forces opened fire at protesters. So let's watch the video again.
بچه درود تیر اردنه متاسفانه بچه درود شهید داریم بچه درود شهید کردن بچه درود تیر اردنه یا حسین.
So this is actually a different video. I didn't realize this was a different video. You can see at the beginning, I think a body is being carried there, right there. Let's see if I can find it. Right there, you can see a body is being carried right here. So I'll play it from here for a few seconds. So a body's being carried there. And let me just show you that other video again I'd showed you before. Of supposedly bodies being carried away after being shot at, which I can't confirm. Sorry, I'm just posting this on my Twitter so people can see it. As I'm describing here, more unconfirmed video of aftermath of purported shooting of Iran protesters. And let me show you this video again. This was posted by Live UA Map. So this is, I think, the same incident. They say at least 3 people are reportedly shot dead in town of Darude in Iran's Loristan. Protesters carried the bodies chanting, "Death of Khamenei, death to Khamenei, and I kill the one who killed my brother." Let's watch this video again. Okay, I want to get to some more videos here. Thank you, by the way, to Game Freak 2. Game Freak 2 says, "Can I become a mod?" Hey, if you have questions about moderating, you should ask our moderators. They run the chat. Guinevere and RSBN moderator are in the chat room. But if you want to email our head moderator, she's at moderator@rsbn.tv. Moderator@rsbn.tv. That's to email where to email her. Okay, let me catch you up, show you some more video that we're seeing here. Oh, I want to show you the videos of people purportedly tearing down posters of the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. Let me pull that up here for you. Here is a video right here. From Strategic Sentinel posted it. Says it was posted by BBC Persian. BBC video shows protesters in Iran tearing down a poster of the supreme leader. Very serious. I mean, it's one thing to have protests, but it's another thing to have protests where they're calling for regime change, criticizing the supreme religious leader there, who's also ends up being the supreme political leader in Iran. So very serious, very dangerous for these protesters to be doing these things in Iran. So let's watch this video. that is something you can definitely get in a lot of trouble for in Iran. It's not a country where you're just freely allowed to criticize the government and the supreme leader. But there's people openly tearing down a poster of the supreme leader. Reportedly from tonight, I can't confirm. Let's watch the start of that again. Now, I had not seen footage like this of, I was going to show you, there's another poster being torn down video. I had not seen any of that video until today. So I don't know if that was happening yesterday and Thursday, or maybe it started happening today. Does this mean the protests are getting worse in a sense? And if so, might we start seeing, I can't imagine the Iranian government wants these kind of pictures getting out on social media. So now that these pictures like this are out and the world is seeing them, is this a point where they start thinking about having a violent crackdown and like again shooting at protesters, beating protesters, and just stopping the protest by force? So don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Thank you for the donation, DM. DM says, I love RSBN family. Thank you, everyone. Donate. Thank you for the support. Your support keeps us on the air here at Right Side Broadcasting. Let me show you the other video I saw of a poster of the Supreme Leader being taken down. Here is this video. This was posted by Iran Wire, also purportedly from this evening. And thank you, 9 Fathoms, for the donation. 9 Fathoms says, rock the Casbah. Thank you, 9 Fathoms. Fire starts at the end there. And it's Iran's one of these countries where it's not easy to know exactly what's going on there. They don't really have a free press there, and from what I've read, it's hard for Western press to get in and really report freely from there. So it's kind of hard to say, like, how wide is this anti-governmental sentiment? Is it like a solid 20% of the population? Is that it? Is it more? Youth unemployment's over 40%, but you wonder, like, well, among the youth there, are a lot of youth there just like, hey, we're not as religious as our parents are, and we want to have like a more open society and a better economy and more democracy? And is that like a lot of the youth there, or is it not that much? And it's really hard to say. Not being there, and you can't really get that picture from the journalists who go there because they don't really know. You'd probably have to have a very open conversation with numerous people who actually live there, and I don't know if they'd really be allowed to have that open conversation with you or would want to do that. So to really get a picture of what's going on, so it's just hard to say, how widespread are feelings. Are anti-regime, very strong anti-regime feelings. It's very noticeable though that we've seen 2 videos supposedly from today of posters of the supreme religious leader being torn down. And it's not like just like one person's tearing it down and one person's clapping. You have these huge crowds of people cheering and people shooting on their cell phones. So people seem to be aware that they're going to be, at least some people are aware that they're being captured on a cell phone doing this and cheering, and they don't care. So it's interesting to see that kind of, it's more than a couple people, and these people don't seem too scared to be doing this, but at the same time, hard to say how pervasive this feeling is. Jasmine Ruiz made a donation, said, thank you for covering this. Thank you for watching, Jasmine, and for donating. Your donations allow us to cover it, so thank you. I did do a quick check of the mainstream media news channels when I was, before I came on the air, and CNN was talking about Papadopoulos, MSNBC was talking about something else with Trump, and Fox was talking about something else. I'm trying to remember. I think it was like Trump related, but not Trump or something. Anyways, it wasn't this. I'll tell you that. It wasn't the Iran stuff. Let me get some more video for you. There's a lot of different stuff here I want to show you. Is this another one of them tearing down a poster? Here's another one of, this is the third video of them tearing down a poster of Khamenei. I want to retweet this. Third video I've seen of protesters purportedly tonight tearing down poster of Khamenei. Oops, I spelled it wrong. There we go. So this is the third different one I've seen, and I'm going to show you. So let's watch this one, posted by Iran Wire. Now that's supposedly in the capital, Tehran. I think that's a different one from the other two. It's definitely different from the big one. Let me make sure. So in that one, he's tearing it off from the right. And I showed you one of the big poster being torn down. It's not that one. This one, is it the same as this one? No, it's different because it's supposed to be from a different place. This is the other one I saw. Yeah, that one's different. So that is the third different. Yeah. So that one was a different one. So we've seen three different videos here of posters being torn down of the supreme leader. So purportedly, let me show you this one we just saw again. Again, lots of people cheering, and these people have to be aware. I mean, the person shooting this video is holding up their cell phone in a crowd. So at least some of the people there have to be aware that somebody is shooting them, capturing them, doing this on a cell phone, and yet they're still doing it, which is pretty bold for Iran. Either people are feeling so strongly that they're doing this in spite of the danger, or maybe they don't have as much fear of authorities as they have in the past. I'm not sure, but it is noteworthy to be seeing those different videos and so many people cheering and shot on cell phones too. Here is a video just in that was posted by, I can't confirm this video, but it says it's of Iranian, posted by Strategic Sentinel, and it says it's Iranian protesters clash with police in Avaz, Iran. Let me get you some more video here. Hang on one second. Oops. Thank you to Voodoo Life for the donation. Very much appreciated. Well, those donations are what allow us to do this coverage, so thank you for sending that in. All right, let me get you, really nice of you. Thank you. Let me just show you a tweet from Alireza Nader, who works at the RAND Corporation. He's a policy analyst. He says Iran has not witnessed anything like this since 1979. I have a video here posted by Conflict News of protesters burning an Iranian flag, supposedly. There's no volume on this video, but you can see there's that video there. In Kermanshah. Thank you, Ahmad. Ahmad Golchin made a donation. Thank you, Ahmad. And I want to say, as I said before, I can't imagine I have to think that these videos are all getting out now. It's exploding on social media. We're seeing videos of the Iranian flag being burned, of posters being torn down at the Supreme Leader. Now, maybe, it's not more than half the population. Maybe it's a minority. Maybe it's 10% of the population really feel strongly about this. I don't know. It could be more. It could be a lot more. My point is, though, regardless of how much of the population this is involving, these videos are getting out there, and I have to imagine the government does not like these videos getting out there. They don't want the world seeing it, I would have to imagine. They don't want their own people seeing it. They don't want people, I'm sure, to see these videos on social media and get inspired. I have to imagine the government's worried about people in Iran seeing this video and saying, like, oh my gosh, in this other city in Iran, look what's happening. They're tearing down posters of Khamenei and they're burning the Iranian flag. Why don't we go do that? So I'm concerned that we're seeing videos get out today, these burning the flag, tearing down the posters of the leader. We didn't see these kind of videos last night or before the last couple days. And my concern now is that the government seeing these videos getting out might say, that's it, we got to violently clamp down on these protests. It's getting to be too much. So we're going to keep an eye on this and see what happens. And here's a post. This is somebody who writes for the Wall Street Journal. She says, where are the Iranian protests heading? Violent clashes and crackdowns to crush it, more extreme demands by public. So that's what she thinks. She thinks we're going to see violent clashes and crackdowns to crush it. Okay, let's get you some more video. If you see new video out there, you can write to me or hear new reports about anything going on. Write to me at @Lookner on Twitter, @LOOKNER. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting's live coverage of the Iran anti-government protests. Be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell so you get notified when we come on the air with one of our live videos. We do them all the time. Also, follow us on Facebook at Right Side Broadcasting and on Twitter at @RSB Network. Thanks so much to our moderators in the chat rooms today for moderating the chats for us. I have another poster tearing down video. Give me 1 second. Let me get this up here. Here is a video purportedly of protesters tearing down, taking down a poster of Qasem Soleimani. And Qasem Soleimani is a senior military officer and the commander of the Quds Force. So he's a very prominent military figure in Iran. And these are protesters, according to Iran Wire, it's protesters in Shiraz taking down a poster of him. Let's watch this video. Let me turn the sound on before we can watch the video. There we go. Now, where did the poster get torn down? That poster is there, but it's not torn down totally. Is it? Is it ripped? I'm looking. Maybe I'm missing it. I don't see the poster being torn down. I don't know. Is it being ripped? It's hard to tell. Hard to say in that video. There was a video I wanted to show you of people supposedly chasing a police car. Let me see if I can find that one. Here is a video posted by Iran Wire where they say, Day 3, posters in Avaz chant death to dictator. Want to say a quick thanks. Stretch made a donation from Canada and said, great channel, we'll continue watching news here. Thank you, Stretch. Your donations keep us on the air, so we appreciate it. We're happy to do this coverage for you. Now, hasn't been a lot of coverage in the mainstream media, especially on the news networks of these protests. This video is constantly coming out. A lot of new video has been coming out in the last couple hours, so we're happy to be able to bring you coverage of this. We think it's important. Saw this video earlier, wanted to show you this. From Al Arabiya English, it says, footage provided by opposition group shows heavy riot police presence in Iran city of Kermanshah after Iranians rise up to protest for third consecutive day. All right. Let me just also check. Sorry, I haven't. I've been showing so many videos. I've wanted to check your messages as well. Just in case you weren't aware, President Trump did tweet out about this yesterday, supporting the protesters. And President Trump said yesterday, many reports of peaceful protests by Iranian citizens fed up with regime's corruption and its squandering of the nation's wealth to fund terrorism abroad. Iranian government should respect their people's rights, including right to express themselves. The world is watching. So that's what President Trump tweeted out. That was yesterday, last night. I also heard that some people in the Iranian government were blaming foreign countries for the protests. Let me see if I can get that story up here for you. I'll also show you real quick. So this was earlier today. Iran's government was warning people not to protest and have illegal gatherings. Actually, let me pause this.
Well, these demonstrations began.
Iran's government warned other citizens Saturday against holding illegal public gatherings. And I thought they said something about, I want to see the part about people blaming America and other countries for the protests. No, I can't find that here. Give me one more second to try to find that for you. Then I'll show you some more video. I can't find that story right now. Anyways, I'm not going to linger on it. I'll try to find it later. Maybe I'll try to find it later. But let me get some more updates about what's going on there. Write to me if you hear new stuff about what's going on in Iran. At Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. What is this? Hang on one second. I have another video here I want to show you. I think. Here's the one. Raw CNC made a donation from Sweden, said, wish all reporters were like Lookner. Thank you for the donation. We really appreciate it. We like to be on the air covering news for you guys, so thank you very much for that donation, Raw CNC. Here's a video I was just sent by our viewer, Tammy Joe. This was posted by Borzu Dargahi, and it says, unverified video said to show dead and injured protesters at medical facility in Iran's Loristan. Now, Loristan is where we saw a couple videos before, supposedly of the aftermath, where supposedly security forces had shot at protesters. I can't confirm that, but this is the same area. I don't know if it's the same place, or even I can't even confirm this authenticity of this video, but supposedly it's dead and injured protesters in Loristan. Let's watch this. Sorry, I know that was a little bit graphic. And again, take everything with a grain of salt. Individual videos, I mean, often when there's breaking news, some videos might be accurate. Maybe most of them are accurate. I don't know. But there's always a lot of times videos that get out there where people find a video from like 5 years ago and intentionally or unintentionally they say it's from today. So take everything with a grain of salt, when we're showing these breaking news videos. And by the way, thank you to Harley Girl, made a donation, said RSBN, keeping us informed, MAGA love. Thank you, Harley Girl, for helping keep us on the air. Nimble Navigator sent me a video from yesterday that I hadn't seen, supposedly. This was posted by Babak Tagvai, and what it supposedly is people of Rasht have blocked road on Basij militia and police's anti-riot unit. They chant, we die, and we get back Iran from Islamic regime. This is purportedly from yesterday. Let's watch this. Thank you to Lightswitch for the donation. Lightswitch says, thanks for this news coverage. Thank you, Lightswitch. Okay, I'm seeing a video here posted by, also by Babak Tagvi, and it says, people in Mashhad responded back to attack of Basij militia and Iranian Revolutionary Guard backed anti-riot police now in Melat Park. They burnt their bikes, protest against Islamic regime. Let's see what this video is. Let's see, hold on a second. So supposedly what was going on there, I believe if I'm reading this right, is that protesters were burning the bike of somebody in the Basij militia, which is a pro-government militia, which like they helped to forcefully put down the rallies in 2009. Here's another post by the same person, Babak Tagavi, and it says, Basij militia and police attacked people of Karaj, and people responded back by burning their bikes. So let's watch this one. Again, take all the video with a grain of salt. Can't confirm any of it. Just showing you what's out there. Oh, that was quick. All right. You're watching our live coverage of the Iran protests, Day 3 here at Right Side Broadcasting. If you hear of updates, if you see new video, give me a shout on Twitter. Let me know. I can share it with our audience. I am at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner. Also, subscribe to us on YouTube. Click the notifications bell to get notified. We do these breaking news videos all the time, so be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Also, Facebook. On Facebook, you can follow us, Right Side Broadcasting. Thanks to all of our moderators today. In the YouTube chat, we got Roger Vega, Guinevere, Jude, Jan. So thank you all, moderators, for helping moderate the chat. Very much appreciated. And Common Sense and Gleno on the website. Here's another post by Ali Reza Nader from the RAND Corporation. He says, current Iran uprising is not led by leaders of the reform movement, Mousavi et al. It's spontaneous and leaderless. The reformists are threatened by this, as are the conservatives. In case you missed it, I want to show this video again. We showed this earlier of protesters reportedly burning an Iranian flag. That was posted by Conflict News. And here is a photo from that was posted by Conflict News, supposedly of protesters on the streets in Iran's capital, Tehran, tonight. You know, I'm sure there's so much going on in Iran right now that we don't hear about. You know, it's not like it's easy. There's not easy media access there for Western media. I'm sure there's a lot of. It's hard. From what I've heard, the state broadcasting media has not been covering these protests much there. So there's not, like, if this was going on, you know, in other countries, you might see a lot more video coming out about what's going on. But right now, we're sort of reliant on whatever video clips from cell phones basically sneak out that people can get out to the world. But I'm assuming there's a lot more going on that we can't, we don't know exactly what it is. And I'm not aware, I don't believe they shut down social media there. I'm not sure how censored social media is there. I do know there was a report. I want to show you this. A government official asked the messaging service Telegram to shut down earlier today. I'll show you that. I posted about that earlier. You can see here, this is reported by Ahmed Al-Amran. It says, Iran's communications minister asked Telegram's founder to ban the service used by protesters. So the communications minister said, a Telegram channel is encouraging hateful conduct, use of Molotov cocktails, armed uprising, and social unrest. Now is the time to stop such encouragements via Telegram. So just to catch people up, these protests have been going on since Thursday in Iran. They started in a small area of Iran and they have spread. They are focused on, well, they started by focusing on economic issues. From what I've understand, the main complaint is economic issues, high prices, people complaining that the government's spending too much on military entanglements in foreign countries and not enough on the people at home. There is over 40% youth unemployment there, over 40% youth unemployment in Iran. People have a lot of economic grievances. A lot of people feel like they were promised the economy would get a lot better after the Iran nuclear deal, and it hasn't. So a lot of economic grievances there in Iran that are contributing to these protests. But it started in a small part of the country on Thursday, and they've just spread over the last couple of days, and it's gotten to the point now where we're seeing video of them. People tearing down posters of the supreme leader of Iran and shouting things like "death to the dictator" and "we don't want an Islamic Republic," those kind of things. The "we don't want an Islamic Republic," I don't believe they shouted exactly that. It's a paraphrase of something they shouted, but roughly speaking, that's what they said. This is a country where you do not see protests like this. They are not allowed, basically, and these are the biggest protests since 2009. And those protests, that was after a presidential election that a number of people thought was rigged, and those protests were put down violently. So that's kind of the origin of how this got started, and it seems kind of organic. This wasn't planned way in advance. It's just started happening the last couple of days, and it's grown over the last couple of days, and we're seeing new video come in now about it. I was sent a video by Pistol Whipped I want to show you. And this video was posted by, originally, Hossein Abadini. And it says, Khurramabad uprising tonight, Iran's Luristan province, free Iran, Iran protests. Let's watch this video.
شهر پوشید
Now, I should point out, there were a number of pro-government demonstrations today, pro-government gatherings of people. That was planned. Supposedly around this time every year, they have pro-government demonstrations. And those were planned, and a bunch of people showed up to those as well. So there were some reports out about those before. Lin Jean sent me this. It's from Saeed Kamali Degan, and it says, semi-official Fars News reports that a limited number of mobs, who knows how limited it is, have damaged public properties in Tehran's Engelab Street tonight, posting these images, unclear if from tonight and who set them on fire. So that is a semi-official Far Iranian news agency, so, take this with either trust it or don't trust it, given the source, but I wanted to show you that. This is a post by somebody named Ali Reza Ezraji. He is a teaching fellow, a project director at IWPR, which is Institute for War and Peace Reporting. But he says, well, I had it. Here it is. He says, the Iran protests in the past 3 days are the first in the history of the Iranian Republic in terms of being simultaneously dispersed across the country in multiple provincial capitals as well as small towns. In terms of magnitude, however, the 2009 protests remain unrivaled. So he says the 2009 protests are still bigger than the ones now. He also says since the 1990s, the Iran regime has remained fearful of public protests over economic grievances. The opposition inside and abroad has also tried hard to capitalize on these concerns to no avail. He also says this popular protests often carry an element of surprise, even when they are long anticipated. Why now and not then? Why in this manner, etc.? Oh, and I want to show you a couple more things he said. He says, this is important here. The regime has been expecting localized unrest, but not diffused into multiple geographic sites. Yet it has so far showed restraint and reluctance to deploy brute violence. So the regime has been restrained so far. We haven't seen like widespread beatings and shootings of people, which maybe we'll start seeing there, but we haven't seen them yet. This is a video that was just posted by Farnaz Fasihi of the Wall Street Journal. And she posted this. Hang on. She says, unreal footage from Calm. I think it's Calm. I'm not sure. She says, we don't want Islamic Republic. We don't want it. Sorry, that's what the protesters are saying. We don't want Islamic Republic. We don't want it. We don't want it. Let's play this video. Are quite big. You know, it's not like 20 people we're seeing. We're seeing large crowds of people at these anti-government protests in a lot of places across Iran, and it's a lot of very hard, strong words from the people. We don't want Islamic Republic, tearing down the photos of the posters of the Iranian Supreme Leader. We'll show you a couple of those videos again in a second, but. These are things that are very dangerous to do in Iran, could get you in a lot of trouble in Iran. It's not something you're really allowed to do there. So very interesting to seeing such protests. You are watching Right Side Broadcasting's continuing live coverage of the Iran protests. We're going to show you more video in a second, give you more reports from Iran. We think it's important to cover this. If you're hearing updates, if you're seeing stuff on social media, give me a shout at Lookner on Twitter, at Lookner, and I can show it to our viewers. Also, your donations are what keeps us on the air. We are a viewer-supported network, and you supporting us allows us to come on and give full coverage to the story. It's a story that we think is incredibly important, and yet I've been watching different mainstream media channels, CNN, Fox, MSNBC. They barely talk about it. If they do, it's this very quick report. We want to keep you up to date and show you what's happening. We think it's super important. But your donations are what allow us to stay on the air. So if you like our coverage, feel free to consider donating. That would be awesome. You can go to the bottom of the YouTube chat. Right next to the broadcast, there's a YouTube chat. And go to the $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. If you look at the bottom of the chat, there's a little square $sign there. And you can click on that $sign. Or you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. For the people who've just joined us, I would like to show you some of the video we saw from before, but actually I'm seeing, this is a new video I want to show you actually, which we haven't seen before, from Live UA Map Middle East. Again, all these videos are unconfirmed, so take everything with a grain of salt. They say, this is Zanjan, northwest Iran, state police fleeing protesters. Again, this is supposedly of state police fleeing the protesters, people responding by chasing and attacking the state police. So let's watch this video. Again, posted by Live UA Map Middle East. I'm just struck by the size of the crowds we're seeing in these videos. These are large crowds, you know, hundreds, even thousands of people maybe. It's not 20 people, and there's a lot of anger, so we're seeing a lot of large crowds, a lot of anger. And again, it would surprise me if these protests kept going like this, and you know, you saw video of people chasing police or tearing down posters or burning Iranian flags, and the government didn't do anything about it. I mean, the normal response of the Iranian government to something like this would be to forcefully put it down. So it'll be very interesting to see, do these continue like this, and what does the government do about it? But lots of people at these things. I mean, there were really big crowds in this video. Look at all the people lining the street. You know, and even if you know, you might say, well, they're just watching the protest. I don't know. But I mean, if you're out at a protest there, I would think that's, in Iran, that counts as being at the protest. I would have to assume that you're not supposed to be out there. So a lot of people out there in that protest. Hey, thanks, Billy D, for the donation. We really appreciate it. That's very nice of you. That'll help us stay on the air and do more news coverage for you. So thanks, Billy D. All right, so let me show you this video again. This is a video, I don't know if we've seen this one before. This is another video of protesters tearing down a poster of the supreme leader of Iran, the head religious figure and, you know, biggest figure with the most political power, Ali Khamenei. And this is posted by Live UA Map Middle East. Let's watch this one. Something I'm especially struck by here is, look at all the cell phones here. There's so many cell phones. These people are not afraid of being caught, recorded being at this protest. There's so many cell phones. It's amazing. You know, you have to know you're being recorded. I actually want to retweet that out. Look, at all the cell phones here. These people are clearly not afraid of being recorded doing this. It's just striking to me because, you know, Iran is a country where you're not allowed to protest like this. And you would think that in Iran, if you're at a protest and all these people are holding up cell phones, you might think to yourself, well, at least some of these people might be working for the government or secret police or something, and they're going to record who's here and punish us for tearing down cheering when somebody tears down a poster of the supreme leader. But people just do it. Everybody's holding up. There's so many cell phones. It's like every other person's holding one up. Let's watch that again. But it's pretty incredible to see that. Oops, let me put the volume on. I also want to retweet. I think that's the fourth video we've seen of this. That's a different one. Yet another video of protesters of Iran protesters tearing down a poster of Supreme Leader Khamenei. Amazing videos. Carl Kawano made a donation. Thank you, Carl. Carl says, thanks as always, Steve and team, for great news coverage. Right Side Broadcasting is the first place I go to now to hear any breaking news. Keep up the great work and have a safe and happy new year. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to all of you as well. Thank you, Carl, for the donation. Your donations keep us on the air. Thank you. This is our live coverage of the protests in Iran, day 3. They certainly are not stopping there in Iran. And we're seeing some incredible video, hearing some incredible reporting about what's going on in there in Iran. If you hear anything, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Let me know, and I can share it with the audience. And subscribe to us on YouTube so you can see all our videos like this. And you'll get notified. We do live breaking news coverage all the time. So click the notifications bell when you subscribe on YouTube to get notified. Here is a new video posted by, well, she posted it 4 hours ago, but I hadn't seen it yet, by Farnaz Fasihi. I think, is she from the Wall Street Journal? Yes, she is. And this video is, hang on. This is people in Bandar Abbas saying, we don't want a clerical regime. We don't want it. We've seen a number of pieces of video where people are saying we don't want an Islamic State. We don't want a religious republic. Now, I can't imagine this represents all of Iranians, because there's probably a lot of people there who do want a clerical state, but maybe this shows significant fissures in their society. So let's watch this.
Bandar Abbas. Center.
Incredible video there. Huge, again, another huge crowd. Not small crowds, big crowds. This is a post from Amir Taheri. He says, the Iran protests started in big cities, have spread now to medium towns, including, and he lists a bunch of medium towns where there are protests. He says so far, no killings through Islamic security, though Islamic security clashed with students in Tehran today. No killings that we've heard about. We heard this report that there might have been killings at one of the protests there, where people were reportedly shot at by security forces, but we can't confirm that. This is a new video. Oh, wow. Let's see. Let me just see what this is. I think this is another tearing down a poster of Khamenei video. This is posted by Babak Tagvi. Here it is. It says, people of Malayer tear down billboard carrying image of dictator Ali Khamenei. Now he says dictator. That's the poster's claim. Supreme leader of Islamic regime during protests against corrupted Shia clerics and authorities of Islamic regime of Iran. So the poster is editorializing, but I do want to play the video. So we didn't actually see them tearing down the poster in that video, so I can't confirm that those people tore that poster in half. Here is another video supposedly from that same town, Malayer, posted by Babak Tagvi. Trying to play it for you. There we go. Okay, if you see new stuff out there, new reports from Iran, new video, new stuff on social media, give me a shout on Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. Checking some different sources here. Hang on a sec, please, while I check these different things. Try to get you more video and shots there from Iran. And I'm just checking some of the things you guys have sent in. This was sent to me by I Heart Trump in America, this video, and it was posted today by Peymaneh Shafi, and it says, protesters in Tehran chanting, #2 repressive regime, #2 mercenary police. So let's watch this video for a second. Now, I don't know if this is at Tehran University. It looks like it might be at Tehran University from photos I saw earlier today. But I know there were protests at Tehran University earlier today during the day because it's nighttime there now. So maybe this is from that. Let's watch that again. A lot of young people there in these videos. And you can see the police there watching it. I'm going to show you some videos here posted by the same person. I can't confirm any of them, of course, but I'll show you. This is from... hold on. Let me call this up here on the screen. Peymane Shafi posted this, and I don't know who the original poster of this is because I can't really read it, but it says, brave people in the demonstration, the police left a car tonight. So let's look at this. Supposedly this is from the demonstrations, and supposedly it's of a car, a police car. So that reportedly is a police car from the demonstrations tonight. I can't confirm that, but reportedly that's what that is. Okay. Here is another shot, which is, this is supposedly in front of Tehran University. Supposedly this is in front of Tehran University right here. Let me show you this. Posted by Aranazadi 1395. Hang on, let me just get this up here. Okay. Here is a post by Hossein Abadini. It says, Tehran streets tonight, hashtag free Iran. Okay, let's see what else I can find here for you. Here's a post from Iran Wire. It says, an Iranian woman starts complaining about the police beating protesters in Tehran. When the taxi driver asks her to be quiet, she gets out of the car and goes to stop the police.
بزن فلان کن
ناراضی‌ام دیگه.
ناراضی‌ام.
برای چی میزنی؟ برای چی میزنی؟ برای چی میزنی آقا؟
بلش کن آقا خانم بلش کن حرف نزن
بد میزنی.
میندازه بهت پایین ها آره نمیبرم خب برو پایین میخوای ماشین من آقا چرا میزنی
So that's interesting video because we do see in that video police out there. Supposedly it's Tehran. We do see police. We see police hitting someone. I see right here. Right there. Boom.
برای چی میزنی؟ برای چی میزنی؟ برای چی میزنی؟ برای چی میزنی؟
So we're seeing.
برای چی میزنی؟
Oh, but there's another one there
برای چی
too.
میزنی آقا؟
بلش کن آقا خانم بلش
برای چی میزنی آقا؟
بلش کن
So
آقا
that's reportedly from Tehran
بلش کن
today.
آقا خانم
Here's a video. This is a little graphic, guys. This is a bit graphic, this video. So you're being warned. It's a 20-second video. It's reportedly of protesters killed by security forces. So it's going to be about a 20-second video. If you don't want to watch it, it was posted by Alireza Nader, who works for the RAND Corporation. But if you don't want to watch it, turn away from your screen for about 20 seconds because I'm going to play it right now. Okay, I'm going to play the video now. But supposedly it's reportedly of protesters killed by security forces. But we'll show it to you now. So avert your gaze if you don't want to see it. Hey, hang on one second. I'm sorry. We'll play it once. Again, can't confirm any of the videos we're showing to you, but seeing lots of different reports in some videos that seem to show clashes between protesters and security forces. Here is a new video posted by, I'd love to be able to play it for you. Posted by Heshmat Alavi, and it says, today, Tehran police station, massive rally calling on state police and army members to support the protesters. It's an enormous rally. I'm going to retweet this and I'm going to say, can't confirm these videos we're seeing are legit, but if they are, these are huge rallies or protests. I mean, that's a very big amount of people. Oops. A new video posted by Farnaz Fasihi, and it says, breaking, protesters break into and occupy governor compound in Iraq. Now, Iraq it's a place in Iran, but I want to give you the facts about it. It's a city in Iran of over 500,000 people. So this is a large city in Iran, and Farnaz Fasihi is reporting that protesters have broken into and occupied the governor compound. Let's look at that video. I want to tweet this out and say, Iraq is a major city in Iran. Oops. Over 500K people. Oops, there we go. I spelled major wrong. So reportedly, this is from the Wall Street Journal's Farnaz Fasihi. She says protesters break into and occupy governor compound in Iraq. Now, I just want to see this again. There we see people, I guess, if you see, I guess they're bursting through. Let's watch the start of this again. They cheer. The door opens, they cheer, and people run in, it looks like. So we are seeing in recent hours, the last couple hours, we're seeing these like video of these big evening protests, very large, angry people breaking into governors' compounds, tearing down posters of the supreme leader. Is it possible these protests are getting worse tonight, significantly worse? And people are seeing and hearing about these protests in Iran and saying, hey, we'll go protest too. Are people feeling emboldened because they're seeing stuff on social media, because they're hearing about this stuff going on? Is this getting significantly worse tonight? If it is, might we see a crackdown, a violent crackdown on these protests like we saw in the 2009 protests? But we are seeing, I mean, it's very surprising to see such large protests of such anger happening, with such rhetoric happening in Iran right now. Very surprising. And not having it be forcefully put down yet. Oh, I got another shot of this. It's the same thing, but Babak Tagvi said he or she had heard that police suppression made people angry and caused occupation of the governor building. I can't confirm that. It's the same video we just saw. Here is a picture. Who's this? Wow, this is new. Al Arabiya English says, video being shared on social media shows Iran protests, crowds burning a police station in the city of Iraq in Iran's Markazi province. So supposedly this is protesters burning a police station. Let's look at this video. So, by the way, I'm not crying. I had to put a couple eye drops in, so I apologize. But so again, we just saw reportedly a video of a governor's residence or the governor's headquarters in Iraq being broken into. This reportedly shows a police station in Iraq, also in Iraq, a police station being burned. Can't confirm. This is Right Side Broadcasting's live, continuing coverage of the Iran protests. We covered it today. We covered it yesterday. We're covering it today. A lot of the mainstream media isn't really covering this. We think it's such an important story. We want to bring you live coverage of it. So thank you for watching. And we are viewer supported. So if you like our coverage, if you like that we're doing live coverage of this, please consider making a donation, because your donations are what keeps us on the air. As I spoke of that, we just got a donation from Planet Vampire who says, protesting for freedom gives you lots of energy unlike Antifa rallies are much smaller now that Trump got them jobs that pay more than Soros. So I can't speak to any of that. That's Planet Vampire's opinion. We allow people to say their opinions here. We're happy to listen to various opinions. So write in if you have an opinion on these protests, whatever your opinion is. But at the same time, we want to say a big thank you to Planet Vampire for donating. We really appreciate the donations. Your donations keep us on the air here. We couldn't be on the air without your support. So if you like that we're covering this, you can donate by going to the bottom of the YouTube chat, and you can click on the $sign. There's a little $sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. And you can click on that if you want to donate and support Right Side Broadcasting. We really appreciate it. And also you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. And thanks so much to our moderators who've been moderating today and moderated yesterday. We got Guinevere, Lynn Jean, Roger Vega, Jude, Jan, Lynn, and I think I'm getting everybody. Common Sense and Gleno on the website. So thank you so much, moderators. And if you see video out there, if you see new news about Iran, stuff on social media, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. That way I can share it with our viewers. So we're seeing incredible video come out over the last couple hours, and I want to keep showing it to you. So give me a second here. Let me see what else I can find for you. Okay. Billy D made a donation. Billy D says, in 2009, the American Cell Company shut them down and it was over after that. Now, I'm not sure about that, Billy D. I can't really speak to that, but I do know that in 2009, the protests were violently put down when they got really big, the protests about the election. These are the biggest protests since 2009. In Iran. Those protests were violently put down. Will that happen again? And I want to show you a couple things. Wall Street Journal's Farnaz Fasihi just posted, Iranian protests escalate. They are escalating tonight. Now crowds are attacking police, government outposts. We've seen video of this. This is an escalation. This was not happening yesterday, but it is happening now. And Ali Reza Nader, you can see at the bottom, he works at Rand Corporation, as he said, this is beginning to look more like an uprising. Conflict News is reporting. At least 2 protesters have reportedly been shot by security forces in the western town of Dawood. Can't confirm that. But they are reporting that. That's Conflict News. And I guess Reuters had the initial report of that. Here is a video, another one I have not seen yet. I don't think we've seen this one, but we'll see. From Kurdistan 24 English, it says, protesters in Mashhad, northeastern Iran, burned police cars and motorcycles as anti-government demonstrations carried on into the third day. Did we see this video yet? I know we saw a video of a motorcycle burning. Let's watch this. So that by the way, we got a donation from David's Mountain. David's Mountain, thank you for the donation. And really quick, hang on one second here. Give me 1 sec, guys, and I'm going to get some more video up here for you. Guys, so I need to take about a 1-minute break. I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to disappear from the screen. So give me like 1 minute or 90 seconds, and I'll be right back. But I'll play this video in the meantime, and then I'll come back. So I'm not going anywhere. Just hang on 1 second.
پارک ملت مشهد ساعت 8 شب.
I am back. Sorry about that. Thank you for that. Sorry, I just had to take a minute there. Let me show you some new video. Thank you to Billy D. Billy D gave another donation. Thank you, Billy D. That's very kind of you. You already donated, I think, twice before, so we really appreciate that. And Billy D says, be really helpful if everyone here could show this post this live coverage. So yeah, you know, we're a small company. We don't really have money to advertise. So if you like our video, if you like that we're covering this, let your friends know we're covering this and we're doing this live coverage. Also feel free to share the video on Facebook and share it on Facebook and like it on YouTube. That really helps spread the word about the broadcast. But yeah, let people know we're covering this. We're doing this live coverage because we think it's important. So the more people that know about it, the better. All right, let's catch up on some more video here. Let me do a quick sound check. Live coverage. Wonderful. You can hear me? This is our live continuing coverage of day 3 of the Iran protests. They seem to be escalating tonight. We're seeing video of the governor's residence in Iraq, or the governor's headquarters in Iraq being broken into. Attacks on police stations, on police vehicles. We're seeing that. Seems to be getting very, very serious and escalating. Very large crowds. Posters of the supreme leader, Khamenei, being torn down. Will the government respond with force? That's a big question right now. Will the government forcefully put down these protests like the protests in 2009? Let's see here. Here is a video. Hang on 1 second. From Thomas Van Linge, and it says, massive crowd in this Arab city of Awaz. Thousands and thousands of people have come out here to defy the Iranian regime. Let's play this video.
نفری اهواز
These are just enormous protests. So many people out there. Definitely escalating tonight, not getting smaller. These are bigger than yesterday and a lot more going on tonight in terms of protests. Is the mainstream media covering this right now? I like to check once in a while. Let's see. Fox News, they're doing something or other. Hold on, I'll have to come back to them and see. CNN is running the pre-taped show Vital Signs with Dr. Sanjay Gupta. So CNN thinks it's more important to run a show they recorded with Sanjay Gupta than the Iran protests. MSNBC is doing a commercial, so I can't tell what they're covering. And Fox is in a commercial. Maybe they're covering it, I don't know. But I'm guessing the mainstream media is not doing a lot of coverage of this, but it's so important, such an important big story. So it's changing by the minute, it seems like. So we are happy to be covering it for you. If you hear new stuff about what's going on there in Iran, if you see new stuff on social media, hear new reports, see new video, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. A couple comments from viewers. Gerald Campos writes in, the Iranian people are tired of Islamic rule. Most young Iranians just want to wear blue jeans and hang out at Starbucks. It's that simple. Passion Redux writes, and what we are seeing now is what Iran has wanted for 30 years. It isn't a shock. It isn't a lie. It isn't any other than a great nation of people wanting better things. Those are just a couple of comments from our viewers. And let me check something here. I'm going to show you more video in a second. Oh, President Trump actually spoke about Iran. Is it today? Or did he? Maybe is it that he repost something from before that he had spoken about before? So President Trump tweeted this out. But this might be from a previous speech. I'm guessing this is from a previous speech. But he said, the entire world understands that the good people of Iran want change. And other than the vast military power of the United States, that Iran's people are what their leaders fear the most. Oppressive regimes cannot endure forever. And the day will come when the Iranian people will face a choice. The world is watching. So President Trump just tweeted those two tweets out 50 minutes ago. Thanks, Lynn Jean, for letting me know he had tweeted. Okay, let's see what else is happening there. See if we can get you some more video. I keep intending to do this. Let me just go back for people who join the stream later on and show you some of the video we saw earlier, in case you haven't seen it yet. So we've seen a number of videos of protesters tearing down posters or billboards of the supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei. Here's one of them. This was posted by Iran Wire. Let's just show you these again. This is protesters in the Kashan province taking down a poster of Ayatollah Khamenei. And a lot of people not scared. They're recording this on their cell phones, not scared of being recorded doing this. And a lot of people cheering for this. So let's watch this. Thank you, by the way, to Lars Anderson for your donation. Really appreciate it, Lars. Lars is watching in Sweden. So here's a different video of another poster of Khamenei being torn down, posted by Strategic Sentinels from BBC Persian originally. as I've said earlier, this is very striking to see these videos because this kind of thing is not allowed in Iran. You can get in lots of trouble for it. You can have huge problems if you're caught doing this. But people are not only out doing this and cheering, but they're out there recording it on their cell phones. So they're not concerned there's evidence of them doing this. So either they feel so strongly about it to do it, and or they're not as scared of the authorities as they once might have been. But it's striking to see so many people out doing this stuff and recording it on their cell phones. And here's a video that, is this the video I want to show you? Yeah, this is a video that's been making its way around social media today. We showed earlier, just want to show this to you again. From Live UA Map Middle East, reportedly, I can't confirm this report, this is a report saying that 3 people are reportedly shot dead in Dorud and Loristan, in Iran. Protesters carry the bodies chanting death of Khamenei and I kill the one who killed my brother. So this has been widely passed around today. I can't confirm it, but let me show you the video. You can see people carrying bodies, it appears there. This is a video we saw before posted by Conflict News. They're saying this is protesters from tonight burning an Iranian flag. I don't think there's audio on this, but there is video. If you like our coverage, subscribe to us on YouTube. Click the notifications bell so you get notified when we come on the air with breaking news videos like this. We do these kind of live videos all the time, so subscribe to us on YouTube. Also follow us on Facebook, Right Side Broadcasting, and on Twitter at RSB Network. And some video we saw a little while ago posted by Farnaz Fasihi. She says, unreal footage from Qom. We don't want Islamic Republic. We don't want it. We don't want it. Okay, a couple of viewers sent me some videos in I wanted to show you. Now, I can't confirm, just a heads up. With these videos, I can't confirm them. Some of them might be old videos. I'm just showing you what's out there on social media, so just take all the individual videos with a grain of salt. I do believe these protests are happening and these kind of things are happening, but any one video, might be something that's either intentionally or unintentionally posted, but it's not, but not an actual legitimate video from today. So here's a video I was sent by Toxic Exotic, which supposedly is posted by somebody named Ali. Security forces tried to arrest a few protesters, but they were surrounded by the people. I can't confirm this is a legit video, but I'll show it to you anyway. Actually, hang on. Let me get it up here. That's the best I can do. So, again, it's not clear to me that this is from today. or from Iran, but it was posted, so let's see it at least. I'm not sure this video to me, I'm suspicious of, because this is a level of like clashing that we haven't seen in videos today. We've seen some clashes, but not like this. So I'm a little suspicious that this video is from today and from Iran, because it would be kind of a different level. Just my thought, given the videos we've seen. This is a video. Hold on 1 second, please. That was sent to me by Pistol Whipped, and it's from the BBC's Hadi Neely, and it says, protesters take down the sign of the Basij, which is a government militia. Amazing video. It reminds it's similar to the videos where they're tearing down posters of the supreme leader and people are cheering. What is this? Sorry, I'm just looking at a couple other things here to find you a new video to show you. This was posted by BBC Persian, and it says Imam Square from 2 hours ago. Let's watch this. These are enormous crowds that we're seeing in these videos. I want to check again. So, as I've said, the mainstream media channels in America aren't really covering this much at all. Fox is talking about Trump. MSNBC is talking about Papadopoulos and Trump. And CNN and MSNBC are going crazy over this story about Papadopoulos, which to me is not that important a story, but that's a whole other thing. But they're not, I mean, to me, don't be fooled if you're in America by the fact that you're not seeing this in the mainstream media, therefore it's not important. This is potentially an enormous event. I mean, it's very big. We're seeing these huge crowds doing these things that normally you would never see people doing in Iran. This is going on tonight, and it's over just even the last couple of hours, we're seeing videos of increased protests, bigger crowds doing bigger things. And this is a huge story. So, but it's one of these things where it's like, you know, often the mainstream media in America either doesn't recognize these things are huge or just doesn't care. I tend to think it's more of the former than you'd even think, that they don't even recognize how big it's going on. But this is a huge, huge story, and so we're happy to be covering it here for you at Right Side Broadcasting. Here is a post from Babak. I don't know if we've seen this one before. It says, we might have seen this before. I'll show it anyway. People of Karamabad are now chanting death to Khamenei, who's the supreme religious leader there in Iran. want to show you a video sent to me by our viewer Pistol Whipped. And this was posted by Thomas Van Linge. And he says this is a video of, oops, hey, I didn't want it to do that. Iranian police in Qom are speeding down the street, chased by dozens of protesters. The regime is losing control of the streets. I can't confirm that claim he's making, but this is the video that he says is of Iranian police in Qom speeding down the street, chased by dozens of protesters. And then he posted this, and it says, anti-regime protesters, that's Azerbaijani. Is that in Azerbaijan? I'm confused. I don't want to show that. That's a confusing one. Here is protesters out in the predominantly city of Urmia tonight chanting against the Iranian regime. We haven't seen this one yet. I do notice the protesters seem to be pretty young in a lot of these videos. I'm not saying all of them, but they do tend to seem to be tending to be young. A lot of youth unemployment there in Iran, over 40% unemployment. Wouldn't surprise me if the younger people are maybe a bit less religious than the older people. So maybe a little less conservative and more wanting change. That wouldn't be surprising. Just saw this post by Borzu Daragahi. He's a BuzzFeed News world correspondent. And he said, calls for protest tomorrow, 31st December, in all cities of Iran in same locations and same times today. So will these protests keep going, keep increasing like they're doing tonight? And if so, will we see a military crackdown? I personally am surprised that we haven't seen a stronger military response so far from the government. But I would think if we're going to see one, it's going to be soon because these protests are getting very big. And a lot of these videos are getting out to the wider world of people tearing down posters of the supreme leader and stuff. This is a post by Conflict News. Says, map of Iran showing locations of the protests over the last 3 days. You can see spread throughout Iran. And look at how what's interesting is the first day is the red, and the first day the protests were in the northeast part of the country. That's the red. It's only those 3 dots in the northeast. But now over the last 2 days, they've spread even to the medium-sized towns, and you can see the purple are the places that started protesting today. So a lot of new places joined the protest today. This also was reported by Conflict News. It says, Vice President Eshaq Jahandri vows that the government will address domestic economic problems amid ongoing protests across the country. Survival Bob made a donation, said, I love your content. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Survival Bob. Your donations allow us to do this work, so thank you, Survival Bob. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting's live continuing coverage of the Iran protests, Day 3. We're showing you video, giving you the latest updates. Interesting post by the Wall Street Journal's Farnaz Fasihi. She says, is it game over for Iran regime and Khamenei? No, remember they have stopped at nothing to keep Assad in power in Syria. Here is a post from Maziar Bahari, and it says, the police imprisoned protesters in a shopping center in the northern city of Zanjan. Let's see what this video is. Posted by Iran Wire, by the way.
زنجان ماده 96 بیا پشت مردم داخل پاساژ درشو بستن زندانی کردن ناموس.
So it looked here like they had these protesters reportedly that's protesters the police have locked in that gated area there. Reportedly. Here is a post by Thomas Van Linge which says, people are marching in the streets of the Kurdish city of Sanandaj in Kurdistan, Iraqi Kurdistan, which is, Iranian Kurdistan. Iranian Kurdistan? I'm not sure. I would assume this is part of Iran, protesting against the Iranian regime. So that is in the Kurdish area of Iran there. Trump's sword made a donation. 1776. Thank you, Trump Sword. Trump Sword's comment was, hey, hey, ho, ho, Ayatollah's got to go. Thank you, Trump Sword, for donating. Your donations keep us on the air, so we really appreciate it. This is another post by Thomas Van Linge. It says, people marching down the street in Shahrekord tonight, shouting chants against the Iranian regime. Can I get this a little bigger for you? No, I can't, so I got to do it this way. Sorry, let's try this one more time. And I want to quickly show you this one again that we saw before, but I think it's an important video. Hang on one second. I have a bunch of things to show you. Hey, where is this thing? Hold on. Here it is. So this was posted by the Wall Street Journal's Farnaz Fasihi, and it says, protesters break into and occupy the governor compound in Iraq, which is a major city in Iran of over 500,000 people. So I just want to show you this again in case you hadn't seen that this had happened. Reportedly it happened. Hang on. Billy D, thank you for making another donation. Billy D says, keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Billy D. Very generous of you. Thank you. Okay, we've seen reports tonight. I just showed you a video reportedly of protesters taking over the governor's compound in Iraq. We started to see reports of protesters attacking government buildings. Here is a photo posted by somebody named Amir Tumaj, and it says, photo purportedly showing protesters seizing and burning judiciary office in Kerman. Can't confirm that, but we're seeing more and more reports like this. This was posted by Babak Tagavi, and it says, another video showing protesters who were killed by the IRGC at Darude. I can't confirm this. I don't know if this video is graphic. It's 14 seconds long, so if you don't want to see something graphic, don't watch for 14 seconds because I'm about to play it. I haven't seen it yet. And then, this is unconfirmed as well, but Babak Tagvi posted, people of Darude set fire in front of governor's building in response to death of 4 protesters. I cannot confirm the death of 4 protesters there, but that is being claimed. This is Right Side Broadcasting's continuing live coverage. We are covering this live. We covered it yesterday. We're covering today. We don't care if the mainstream media in America is ignoring it. We think this is a really important story. We know it's a really important story, so we're covering it for you. Subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell so you get notified when we're doing these breaking news videos. Thanks so much to our moderators who've been working hard all day in our coverage. In the YouTube chat, we have Guinevere and Jan and Jude and Roger Vega. They've on Lynn Jean, so thank all you guys for helping us out, and Common Sense and Gleno on the website. Thank you you've been sending me in a bunch of news clips and videos and news links. If you hear of any new news in Iran, you see new videos, see new stuff on social media, write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Also, you can follow me on Twitter if you like breaking news. I post about breaking news all the time, even when I'm not on the air, so at Lookner on Twitter. Follow me if you'd like. And a big thank you to Central Florida for Trump, who just made a donation. Central Florida for Trump says, thank you, Steve, for covering this. It is very important, and mainstream media is ignoring it, including Fox News. Keep up the great work. We appreciate you all at RSBN. I want to tweet out right now. I'm going to tell you what I kept thinking I should tweet out about this. Let me just show you what I'm tweeting out right now. Huge story going on right now and once again at CNN, at CNN, comma, at MSNBC, comma. Sorry, I think it's important to point this out once in a while. And at Fox News. Where's Fox News? Are once again asleep at the wheel. As often happens, but we're committed to covering it for you. Oh, wow. Is this true? Iran Wire says, like in 2009, mobile internet is cut off across Iran. Very few videos are coming out of Iran. We'll keep you posted. I was wondering about this earlier, whether they had done anything to how much they were controlling social media. I wouldn't be surprised, to see them cut off mobile internet. But Iran Wire, they're claiming mobile internet is cut off across Iran. And as I've been saying today, we're seeing some incredible videos, but there's probably so much going on there that we're not seeing because it's so hard to get video out of there. It's not easy for press to be there. I assume it's very hard for people to... I'm guessing there's control of social media over there, especially at this point during these protests, and I'm sure it's hard for people to get stuff out of there. So that's just a post from Iran Wire saying that mobile internet is cut off. Ooh, I heard that. So there's this messaging program, Telegram Messenger, and Farnaz Fasihi is reporting that the Telegram CEO has shut down the main channel used by Iranian protesters. It says Telegram CEO Durov quickly responds to demands of Iran Minister of Communication, majority owned by Revolutionary Guards, and shuts down main channel used by Iranian protesters. So it looks like Telegram has been shut down, or at least the channel the protesters were using has been shut down by the company in Iran. Another report from Intel Crab. Cellular networks perhaps are being shut down. So, wow. This doesn't look like just mobile data. This looks like cell phone networks. Here's the question. Well, is shutting down cell networks prelude to a violent crackdown on the protests? That's my question. When you start shutting down the cell phones, does that mean the violent crackdown on the protests is coming up next? I want to tweet that out. I really wonder if they're shutting off the cell data, shutting off the cell networks, and then they start violently suppressing the protesters, and the protesters can't use their cell phones. I really wonder about this. But this is very important that this is happening. There's your breaking news. If it's true. If you're hearing updates, give me a shout on Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner. Blue Chip Catnip says, love the on-the-spot coverage. RSBN never sleeps. Thank you, Blue Chip Catnip. A viewer named Sahid sent me a video I want to show you. I can't confirm the authenticity of any of the videos we're showing today, but I will show you. This is what Sahid sent me. It says, Iranians fighting in street in Avaz, people taking control of their cities and towns. So let's look at this video here.
پادشاه بی‌ناموس خارکستای ترسو مرگ بر خامنه ای توپتان پس بشه خامنه ای کشته
So, thank you, Saeed, very much for sending that in. I cannot confirm that's an authentic video, but if it is, things are getting very, very, very serious there in Iran. And I want to show you something I just spotted. We've been talking about the cell networks being shut down and Telegram being shut down, and saw another post about that. This is from... so this is the Democratic Party of Iranian Kurdistan, and they're posting that Iran has shut down internet and phone lines in many regions. Russian messaging application Telegram have shut down several accounts that disseminate news and videos about the Iran protests from its platform on the pretext that they are inciting violence. We've seen that reported elsewhere too. And I'm just wondering if the shutdown of social media might be a prelude to a violent crackdown on these protests. I've been saying for the last couple hours, I'm surprised we haven't seen a more violent response from the government, given how big these protests are getting and how we're seeing video come out of people ripping down posters of Supreme Leader Khamenei. So we'll have to see what happens here with this situation. You're watching live coverage here, Right Side Broadcasting of the Iran protest day 3. If you enjoy our coverage, please know we are viewer supported. We can only stay on the air because you guys have donated to us in the past. So if you like our coverage and you want to have us stay on the air and do more coverage, please consider making a donation. You can go to make a donation. You can go to the bottom of the YouTube chat. There's a little dollar sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. You can just click on that dollar sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. That's what we use to pay our bills and stay on the air, so we thank you for donating. Also, you can donate if you're not on YouTube. You can donate at rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. So this situation is really ramping up. Mainstream media in America really not covering it, unsurprisingly. What is this video? Oh, this is another shot of people tearing down, I think, the Basij sign, in Iran, which is a pro-government militia. And you can see the translation here. The translation here is, Iraq and Iran, the evening fell, young people seek a position of their militia, of the Basij, so cruel and fierce, and rips its panel. Dictator Khamenei down. The courage of the Iranian people deserves the support of the France. So I am very concerned with what we're going to see in the next few hours. Given what we know about how Iran has dealt with protests in the past, they violently put down the protests in 2009. These protests are getting really big in Iran. The last few hours, they seem to have ramped up to another level at Saturday night there. I am very concerned in the next few hours we might see some violent suppression of these protests. I would be surprised if we didn't see some attempt at that, but we will keep an eye on it for you. This is another video from the same source, CSDHI.org, and they say, Youth fights against the forces of security. Now it says 3 December. I think they might mean 30 December. I'm guessing this is from tonight because they posted it today. They just posted this. Let's watch this. So in the last hour, I definitely think in like the last hour or so, we started to see more videos like this of confrontations between protesters and law and security forces. We had not really seen these kind of videos before, but definitely in the last hour, we're seeing more of them come out. Let me show you this video again. This was just posted. We saw this before, but I want to show it again. It's, hang on. Posted by Al Arabiya English. Iran protest crowds in Shiraz tear down a poster depicting Qasem Soleimani, head of Iran's Revolutionary Guards. Okay. Hang on one sec. I don't know if we've seen, I don't know if I saw this video of, we've seen a bunch of videos of protesters taking down photos of Ayatollah Khamenei. This is one from a few hours ago, but I don't know if I've seen this one. Let's watch it. Posted by Iran Wire. Chanting death to you as they tear down a poster of the supreme leader Ayatollah Khamenei of Iran. As I've been saying, amazing people are willing to be out there with all their cell phones, knowing they're being recorded doing this. Hang on one second, guys. I want to show you another video here. This is posted by Iran Freedom. Hang on. It says, in Tehran, the heroes protesters call on the state security forces to support demonstrators. So, a question I have is we're seeing these shots of huge crowds, people angry, a lot of young people out there doing this, with their cell phones, not afraid of being recorded doing this. if there's a violent crackdown on the protest, do these people just kind of go away and like happened in 2009, or do they not go away and do they resist? That's another question. So one question is, will we see a violent crackdown perhaps in the coming hours? Another question is, what is the response of the protesters to the violent crackdown? Is it to go away, or is it to keep protesting? So that's a big unknown too. Here's a new post of people throwing some stuff at a building. It says, it's from Sima Saperhi 95, and it says, Kosar in the bank. This is just a translation. Kosar in the bank door and fire can face, handing the right to guard the high banks of the nation. Got his answer now and got. So it looks like maybe this is a bank they're attacking. Let's watch. So I'm not sure if this is a legitimate video and if this is from tonight, but if this is from tonight, from the protest, this really would be a new level of destruction. I haven't seen videos of this kind of civic destruction like this, so this would be kind of a new level. Perhaps this kind of thing is something that's going to make the government eventually crack down soon on these protests, but that's new. This is kind of the first big destruction of a store or a bank or something. It doesn't look like it's a government office. I'm not sure, but I think it might be a bank, but it's like civic destruction. And so that would be new. I actually want to retweet that. Not sure if this is authentic, but if it is, this would be a new level civic destruction we haven't seen before this in the protests. Yeah, that's pretty intense, you know. We haven't seen videos like that of people like attacking, a storefront, that kind of thing. So not to say it hasn't been happening, but we hadn't been seeing videos of it. That's kind of new. Okay, let's see if we can get you more video. If you're seeing any new reports from Iran, if you see new video, new stuff on social media, give me a shout on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Some United States demonstrations going on. Just want to tell you about this. Nazir Sharif says, I guess according to NBC News, in solidarity, or they're telling NBC News this maybe, I don't know, in solidarity in support of demonstrators across major cities in Iran, Iranian American community in LA will gather today in front of LA Federal Building. So it looks like there are some demonstrations going on in solidarity with the demonstrators in Iran today in America. Here's another video. We might have seen this, maybe yes, maybe no. This is someone pulling down the banner of Supreme Leader Khamenei. I think we had seen that before, but don't mind playing it again. Here is a post from Joshua Yazma. It says, protesters in southern Iran call for the death of the supreme leader, the Ayatollah. This is an uprising that has spread to every major city. Let's watch the video here posted by Maryam Nayeb Yazdi. It says, another video from the protest tonight in Bandar Abbas. The people chant down with Khamenei. And she also posted this. A protest tonight in the city of Bushehr. People clash with plainclothes forces while calling on the police to support them. Well, look at this site. What is this site? I'll have to look at that after. Okay. Sorry, just looking for some more video to show you here. Looking at a couple different sources. This was posted by Iran Freedom. It says, following attack by oppressive force against people, again, they're editorializing, I can't confirm that, demonstrators demolished the office of the imam of the Friday prayer in this town. People chanted, don't fear, we are all together. So I can't confirm that, but that's their report. Let me show you the video.
Eyvallah! 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 دفتر ممجوعی مالیه.
So that's another video of people destroying an office. They say, Iran Freedom says it's the office of the imam there in this town, but we're starting to see more and more videos where people are destroying buildings and offices and that kind of thing, and stores. Here's a new video from Thomas Van Linge, and it says, thousands of anti-regime protesters marching in the streets of Gorgan, shouting "Dead to the dictator." This is Right Side Broadcasting's continuing live coverage of the Iran protests. Mainstream media in America might not care about this, but we do. We think it's really important. We're on live covering it for you, showing you what's happening there. If you like our coverage, please consider donating. We rely on your donations to stay on the air. You can donate by going to the bottom of the YouTube chat. Click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat. There's a little $ there. Or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Thanks so much to our moderators who've been with us all day moderating the chat rooms. And if you have updates or you see new videos, new stuff about the situation, write to me on Twitter @Lookner, so I can share it with our audience. Hang on a second here. So I'm just checking some things people have sent in real quick, just flipping through them. Hang on, I'm going to have a video I want to show you here. If you give me one sec. Okay, this is from our viewer K4 Trump sent me this video posted by Armin Navabi, and he says this is video of Iranian protesters fighting back against the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. I can't confirm that's what this is, but I will show it to you. Can't be sure if that's from tonight. I can't be sure of it. I'm not sure that's from tonight, but again, I can't be sure if that's from tonight. It's a pretty intense video. If it is legitimate, it's pretty crazy, but I can't be sure that is from tonight. Oh, here's a new video of burning down a Khamenei poster. So from Armin Navabi, it says, protesters in Iran burned down a Khamenei, Iran's supreme religious leader banner. They chant, "Don't be afraid, we are all together." So let's play this. know, to me, even more noteworthy than the fire is people at the end of this video tearing down this fence or trying to tear down this fence. We see them trying to tear down the fence there, and you can see they're shaking the fence. We're seeing a lot of videos in the last couple hours of a lot of destruction going on there, and we're not even seeing much of what's going on in Iran right now. Things are getting very serious. We were not seeing these videos the last couple of days of this kind of destruction, so things are getting very serious there right now. We've had reports in that cell phone networks are being cut off. The Telegram app is being cut off there, at least the parts of it that the protesters were using. I wonder if we might see some real violent attempt to crack down on these protests, because they are getting pretty intense from these videos we are seeing. Okay, let's try to get you some new stuff. Thank you very much. Farad Salati made a donation. Thank you, Farid. Farid Salati, thank you, Farid, very much. We appreciate it. Tammy Joe sent me this video. We saw this, I think, before, of this police car overturned in the road. This was posted by Chase Winter. Another post about Iran's cell mobile internet access said to be down in Tehran residents. So apparently they have cut off mobile internet in some or all of Iran. Some or all of Iran. We've also heard reports that the actual cell phones are down. Not sure if we've seen this before. This was posted by Armin Navabi. It says, protesters in Iran chant, "We don't want an Islamic Republic and death to the dictator." This is really big. These are enormous crowds. You're not allowed to protest like this in Iran. You're especially not allowed to say things like death to the dictator and we don't want an Islamic Republic. So the fact that these huge crowds are coming out saying these things, it's really significant. I don't know where this is all going to lead, but it's very significant. Now, of course, I'm sure there are people in Iran who don't like these protests and support the current regime. So I know there's some of that. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here. But, you know, I do think we can expect some, at this point, I would be surprised if there wasn't some sort of attempt to violently quell these protests by the government. But I don't know what's going to happen if that happens. Oh, and I got some information. We saw this video before. We were thinking, is this a bank that they're destroying? So this is a person, Barzu Daragi, is making an editorial statement about this video, but I want to point out that the video is of a bank. We saw this video before. I'll show you the video that we saw before of the attacking a bank, but they are saying this is a Revolutionary Guard affiliated bank. That this person's saying that, but I can show you the video from before. Let me just show you that. Here it is. This was posted by. Hang on. Sima Safari 95. So this is supposedly protesters attacking a bank that's controlled by the Revolutionary Guard, which is a government armed forces. So some pretty intense video there. If you find any new video, if you hear new stuff about what's going on in Iran, give me a shout on Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. This is a video from Zanjan we have not seen. This was posted by Armin Navabi. Let's look at this video from Zanjan. We're seeing these huge crowds. You know, you got to wonder that those protests happened the last 2 days, and today's the third day. And at a certain point, are there people out there who might have been opposing the government but never would have normally gone and protested? But they see these videos out there, if they can see them in Iran, and they see that, hey, all these people are out there. There's huge crowds. They're tearing down posters of the Supreme Leader Khamenei. And maybe that emboldens more people to go out who normally wouldn't have been the first ones out in the demonstration. So I could see this kind of thing making more people come out if they were so inclined to do so. But it also might make, of course, the government much more likely to shut down the protest with violence. A video I have not seen yet. This was posted by Mariam Nayeb Yazdi, and it says, protest tonight in the city of Ali Gudars, Loristan province. You know, one thing I'm tweeting out is, I just tweeted out that one thing I'm noticing in the various protest videos is that the protesters are mainly younger people under 40. At least the videos, we've been watching videos for yesterday and today, and to me, a lot of the people you see are under 40. You're not seeing a lot of older people in these videos, and I know older people live there. Now, I'm not saying older people don't support the protests at all, but I'm just saying that's noticeable to me. These protests are skewing on the younger side to me. Here's a video we have not seen yet from Thomas Van Linge, and he says, Iran protests against the Iranian regime erupted once again in the Arab city of Awaz. This region has always been a stronghold of resistance against Tehran. Okay, let's get you some more videos. This is Right Side Broadcasting's live continuing coverage of the protests in Iran. We're bringing it to you. If you like our coverage, please consider donating because we need your donations to stay on the air. We're viewer supported. That's how we can do this. And we are covering this story, this hugely important story when the mainstream media in America seems to be ignoring it today largely. So we're happy to be covering it for you. We want to keep covering more stories like this, but we need your support. So if you want to donate, go to the bottom of the YouTube chat. At the bottom of the YouTube chat, there's a dollar sign. We've often said if everybody who watched us donated $1, we'd never have to ask for money again. But we appreciate your support. If you're not on YouTube, you can go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Thanks again, moderators, for working so hard today, moderating the chat rooms. And another worry I have is now that they're reportedly shutting down mobile data and cell networks in Iran, are we going to see the video slow? I mean, there very well might be lots more stuff happening in Iran, but we could be seeing less video because it's so hard to get stuff out of there. Will they shut down the internet there? I don't know. This is interesting. So, where is this? No. That wasn't what I thought it was. Sorry. Sorry, just checking a couple of the things people have sent me. Pete Tudsbury says we're doing a great job. Thank you, Pete Tudsbury. Let's see. Give me 1 sec. I'm just checking something out that a viewer sent me. If you can give 1 sec here, guys. And then we will get more video up there for you. One of our moderators, Common Sense, wanted me to check out Rahman Gamavi's Twitter feed. And Rahman Gamavi, one thing he said is that all the Kurdish and Azeri cities are preparing to come on the streets tomorrow. Iranian leaders must listen to the demands of their people. Otherwise, the Kurds will have thousands of armed guerrillas. They are not just going to watch when people are shot. Okay, let me see if I can get you some more video here. Wow, this is new. Haven't seen this before. This was posted by by Harass, and it's this. It's an overturned police car. Let's look at this video. Now, the Persian translation says, "Not police cars have been left." Let's see. It's interesting, in that video, we see the destroyed police car and people start attacking the car behind it, and other people seem to protect the car behind it. But I want to retweet this and say, number of videos coming out like this purportedly of destroyed police cars in Iran. We've seen several such videos. By the way, quick thank you. Oops, hang on a second. Where'd it go? Quick thank you to two donors. Timberlab made a donation. Thank you, Timberlab. And KWD Wad SWA Dad from Norway made a donation. Said thanks for this broadcast. Thank you guys for the donations. That's what keeps us on the air. So thank you so much. Let me show you the beginning of that video again, just to show you the. I want to show you again the police car overturned at the beginning of the video. There you go. All right. Things getting quite violent in some of these videos. A lot of destruction going on. That's new in the last couple hours, it seems like. Just going through some different sources here. Again, if you hear anything new about what's going on in Iran, see any reports or anything like that, give me a shout on Twitter, @Lookner, @LOOKNER. Thank you, One Love. One Love says he or she is enjoying the broadcast. Thank you. Tammy Joe pointed out that I guess she saw a report of a 4.6 earthquake in Iran. From Strategic Sentinel, 4.6 magnitude earthquake recorded in Iran, a very seismically active country. What is this? Ryan Lovesea sent me this. I can't confirm this video. It's posted by somebody named Ken Klin, and it says, alarming footage of protesters in Avaz running away as regime forces allegedly open fire on crowd. I can't confirm this video is authentic, but I'll show it to you anyway. Now, we didn't hear gunshots in that video. I mean, maybe something else happened, but I didn't hear any gunshots, and I can't confirm the video. But anyways, just so you know, that's out there. Thank you, Pistol Whip, for letting me know about that earthquake too in Iran. I have no reason to think the earthquake is related to the protests. One of our viewers, Billy in 4C, wrote in These Are Riot videos. So I have to wonder, is there a certain element... Look, I think you sometimes see things happen in America where there's some protest going on and some people who want to be violent kind of join in to be violence. Could there be any of that going on in Iran where once some people who might be just violent people see that there's some destruction going on or protesting going on, do they go out and take advantage of the situation? I don't know. I can't say. It's a good question. Russell Travers sent me this and said, thanks for the broadcast. Thanks, Russell. UA News, they're claiming protesters in Qashqai, Iran, have taken over a police station and seized rifles and pistols. I can't confirm that, but that's a report. KWD Wad SWA Dad made another donation. Thank you, from Norway, and says, for those who don't know, they are mad at a lot of things, but for example, my dad and mom got killed for protesting against the regime. So KWD Wad SWA Dad, thank you for the donation. Also, I apologize to hear that about your folks, but he's saying that he or she is saying that there could be a lot of different. These protests are supposedly about economic grievances. That's the chief thing, but maybe there are other grievances wrapped up in these protests, and maybe different protesters have different grievances with the ruling party or with the ruling government. This is also being posted, this report, by Strategic Sentinel. Oh, Julian Ropke posted this. Who sent this to me? Planet Vaster, thank you for sending me this link. Julian Ropke, who I think works for Bild, which is he's the political editor at Bild, which I believe is a German publication. But he posts, breaking reports, Iranian protesters took over the town of Kashan. Protesters took over police stations and captured weapons of the regime forces. I can't confirm this, but Julian Ropke does work for the German site Bild, or publication Bild. So I'm going to retweet this, unconfirmed. But it's important. And then he also tweets out, check out this. Looks like regime forces indeed lost control for now of the city, to return with military force for sure. So I'm going to retweet this and I'm going to show you the video. If I can get it up on the screen here. Give me 1 second to get this video up on the screen for you. Here's the video. Now, we had seen that before. I think we'd seen that one before. I think that video of tearing down a poster of the Supreme Leader Khamenei. But so I can't confirm that story that those people took over that town's police station and took over the town, but it's out there. This is also a post by Julian Ropke. He says, police vehicles either burning or under rebel, yes, I said it, control, also in Al-Waz, picture 1. That's Al-Waz, supposedly. Then he says, government office, Mashhad, this is another police car burning. Reportedly. Government office also burned down in Karamabad. Reportedly. Also, more deaths. I've seen this picture posted. I can't confirm it. This is supposedly, we've heard some reports of possible protester deaths. I can't confirm that. And I don't know where that picture is from. I've seen some people posting it, so. Hearing lots of different reports, and a big concern to me is just, are we going to see a strong government crackdown on these protests soon? This is a new video we haven't seen. It's from Babak Tagvi. It says, people of Zanjan started their protest against corrupted Shia clerics and authorities of Islamic regime of Iran. Now they chant, Ak Hund Mullah Shia critic must get lost, leave Iran. Oops, sorry. Thanks again to our moderators who've been moderating our chat room in the YouTube chat. We got Guinevere, we got Jude, we got Lynn Jean, Roger Vega, Jan, and Common Sense and Gleno, and Pam C, and Common Sense and Gleno on the website. Appreciate all your hard work. Oh, we just got a donation. Another one from QUDWAD Swadad from Norway. Thank you. And that person says, after my mom and dad died, my uncle went on TV and talked S about the regime. Now they are after my family. The point is there is no freedom of speech. You can get killed for saying you don't like the regime. So thank you so much for the donation. And as I was saying before, these people, you're not allowed to, from everything I understand, to freely speak out against the government in Iran, which makes these pictures and videos we're seeing so striking of people not just openly protesting, which they're not allowed to do, but protesting and saying, like, tearing down posters of the supreme leader and saying, we don't want an Islamic regime. You're not allowed to do this stuff, and it's incredible to see so many people out doing it and feeling okay enough about doing it that they shoot it on their cell phones and don't mind that they're taking pictures of everybody doing it and getting photographed doing it themselves. So very striking to see this. If you find updates about what's going on, feel free to share them with me so I can share them with our audience. I'm on Twitter at @Lookner. You can message me there at Lookner on Twitter. Al Arabiya is saying, reports are 3 have been killed in Iran protests on Saturday. That's unconfirmed. I can't confirm that for you, but they're saying it. They are also saying, we've heard these reports before, they're claiming 3 killed, many injured in Iran Revolutionary Guard militia shot at a night protest in Darud, Loristan province in central Iran. Again, we can't confirm that. I'm going to retweet that and say unconfirmed. Wow. Look what I just saw here. Barzan Sadiq says, no internet in Tehran now. No internet in Tehran now. The internet. This is not just mobile internet. This is the internet. No internet in Tehran now. No internet. That's new. Because we've been hearing they've been cutting off mobile data and cell phones. Hadn't heard internet yet, home internet. So that is new. I am wondering again if this is a prelude to a crackdown. Is this what they do before they violently crack down on the protests? I'm going to tweet that out. If it's still up there. We are hearing unconfirmed reports. BNL News is saying this. We talked to you about this before. Unconfirmed reports saying that protesters have gained full control of the city of Kashan, Iran. Some protesters are reported to be armed. We cannot confirm that for you. What is ISNA? Let me show you this tweet I just saw. Oh. What is the time in Tehran? Tehran time. It's 1 a.m. It's about 1 a.m. in Tehran right now. So I don't know, are the protests going to die down as it gets to be later in the night and start again tomorrow? Or will they keep going throughout the night? I don't know. Will we see the protests die down as it gets later? So it's, again, about 1 a.m. in Tehran right now. I just saw this post that says, Islamic Society of North America says Tehran protest at Engelhab Avenue and University of Tehran almost over. Still heavy traffic in the area as 2 metro stations have been closed there and many commuters are stranded. So it sounds like the government might be closing metro stations to keep people from going to the protests. That I've seen sometimes governments do that kind of thing. So that could be happening here. Here's a new video posted by Peymaneh Shafi, and it says Iranians are changing. I think she means chanting for freedom and republic. Let's watch this. Okay, a couple more videos to show you. By the way, we do these live breaking news videos all the time. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Click the notifications bell when you subscribe to us to get notified about our videos. Also follow us on Facebook, Right Side Broadcasting. On Twitter, we're at @RSB Network too. Here's a new video. I can't confirm this, but one thing I want to say is it says last video from Awaz before internet blockage. So again, a problem we're going to have getting more videos is it looks like they're starting to shut down internet in Iran. Not just cell phones, not just cell internet, but internet. If they cut off internet, you're not going to see videos coming out of there really for the most part. And who knows what's going to be happening there. Now, maybe people will be able to text messages to people they know outside the country saying, hey, like there's a violent crackdown going on. So we'll keep an eye on that. But I'm worried we're not going to see videos come out of there because there's going to be no internet happening. But Babak Tagvi Vai says, last video from Awaz before internet blockage shows anti-riot police brutally attacked peaceful protesters under command of the Revolutionary Guard. Now, I can't confirm this video, but I will show it to you. And there really could be so much of this stuff going on in Iran right now like this, and we just don't know because, you know, it's hard to get video out of there. They've been shutting down cell phone and internet, and so, you know, who knows how wide. We're seeing a lot of these videos, but there could be a lot more. I guarantee you there's a lot more going on there that we're just not seeing at this point. And there's like, you know, you don't have media allowed to run around there and freely take pictures of stuff like that and send it out. It just doesn't, it's not allowed, from my understanding. I think this is a new video from Borzu Daragahi, and it says protest tonight in Najafabad. Najafabad. I've said it before, I'll say it again, these are very large crowds. Really striking to see how large the crowds are tonight. These protests started a couple days ago. They started in a small part of Iran. I'll show you the map if I can pull it up here for you. I posted it before. Here it is from Conflict News. So 2 days ago, these protests started in the northeast of the country where those red spots are. That's where it was 2 days ago. These protests were economic in nature, complaining about the economy not doing well, about prices being high, about the government spending money on foreign entanglements rather than on the population. So a lot of complaints about the economy fueled these protests, but they started out, you know, in the northeast quarter of the country. Then the last 2 days, they have really spread across the country. So now, and you know, at this point, you know, could there be people who you know, they started out being economic, and supposedly the last couple of days, the main thrust of the protest is economic. But now do we have to have people just joining protests who just don't like the government for whatever reason? They might have other beefs with the administration about, say, human rights or whatever. You know, but it seems like a lot of the protesting is against the government and chanting that they want either some people saying we don't want an Islamic State, some people saying down with, you know, with Khamenei. So it's, when we see this footage of people and hear the chants, it seems like that a fair amount of the protesters have something more in mind than just, well, we want the government to change their economic policy. It sounds like they really, a lot of them want the government to be different and to the current regime to step down. So a very interesting, a very important, and we're covering this here for you live here at Right Side Broadcasting. Mainstream media really hasn't been covering much in America at all, but we are covering it for you. We think it's important. If you hear updates about this or you see new videos, new stuff on social media, write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. That way I can share it with everybody out there. And also you can follow me on Twitter if you want. If you want breaking news coverage, I post about breaking news all the time. And to repeat, we are viewer supported. So if you're enjoying our broadcast, if you like that we're covering this, please consider making a donation, because we can only stay on the air thanks to your donations. That keeps us on the air. You can donate by going to the YouTube chat right next to the broadcast. At the bottom of the YouTube chat, there's a little dollar sign there. Just click on the dollar sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat. Or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Let's see if there's new stuff coming in. I'm a bit concerned with them shutting down internet and cell phones in Iran that we're going to get much less video than we had before, but I'll see what's out there. I can't confirm this, but this is a post from Heshmat Alavi, which says, image baton and vest of an Iranian Republican Guard Basij member, with a note saying, I will not raise a baton against the Iranian nation, your Basij brother. No to cruelty, enough is enough. I don't know if this is legitimate. It could be fake, for all I know. But the Basij militia were really big in putting down the 2009 demonstrations. But again, can't confirm this, so make of it what you will. Now, here's a video I want to new. What is this? Is this Iran? Yes, this is a video from Iran. Actually, it was posted hours ago, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to post it for you. So 6 hours ago, Babak Tagvi posted this from video from Karaj. It says, people have started protesting. They chant, they used Islam to make us poor. So people complaining about the economy. Okay. And then this was posted. This is also in Karaj by the same person, Babak Tagvi, and it says, anti-riot police under command of Revolutionary Guard started suppressing people of Karaj, and people resisted. Pretty intense video. We've seen a bunch of video like that of protesters reportedly in clashes with police forces or with security forces there in Iran. This is new. Let me show you this. Hang on one second here. Just make sure it sounds like that. So this video is from Armin Navabi, and it says, protesters in Iran attack a Revolutionary Guard base. They chant, don't be afraid, we are all together. Actually, did we see this before? Maybe we did see this before. Well, I'll show it again anyway. I think now we might have seen this again. And the Revolutionary Guard, they're reportedly, I can't confirm, are people reportedly attacking Revolutionary Guard base. Revolutionary Guard is a branch of the Iranian armed forces. According to Wikipedia, Revolutionary Guard is intended to protect the country's Islamic Republic system. Okay, let's see what else we can get. This is a new video posted by Babak Tagvi, and it says, people of Rasht were chanting, useless Akhunds, mullahs, Shia clerics are Iran's disgrace during protests against Shia clerics and authorities of Islamic regime of Iran tonight. Okay, this is I can't confirm this, so who knows if this is true or not. This is Oz-Person war intel, which I can't speak to. I have no idea who works there or who it is. It could be just a person. They say, according to numerous sources in various cities, the Republican Guard is now positioning military snipers on office building roofs to shoot at protesters. I wouldn't be surprised if this happened. It would be scary if this happened, but I cannot confirm that's happening. But just so you know, that report's out there. From report, it could be just a person posting on the internet who's making it up. So. Okay, what else can we get here? This is a new video. Do we see this before? I don't think so. This is from Farnaz Fasihi, and it says, in Bandar Abbas tonight, people are saying war and war until victory. And I don't know if we saw this one before. Al Arabiya English posted this. It says, video via Iran policy shows Awaz citizens defying security forces as Iran protests enter fourth day. I just want to go. I want to go forward in the video a little bit. Oh, here's a little more. These are very large crowds, by the way, as I've pointed out before. Here we have a little confrontation part of the video. It looks like here. Pretty intense. A number of videos like that of clashes we've seen between protesters and security forces in different parts of Iran. So, wow. It's pretty intense there right now. It's been growing all night. And then, you know, I don't know what's going to happen now that they're cutting off internet and cutting off cell phones. What's going to happen next there? Here's a video from Babak Tagvi, which says, regime's police forces today failed to scare people of Khamenei. Here's a video showing people were protesting in the streets of the city and chanting, Saeed Ali Khamenei, shame on you, and leave Iran. Wow, look at this. This is new. From Julian Ropke. New video from, hang on a second. I have to show it this way. New video from Kashan, where the regime seemingly lost control tonight. Protesters burned down regime infrastructure and took over the city. Question is for how long and if a Syrification of the conflict already started. Does he mean Syrification like it's sort of going to be like a civil war or something? But this is from MP. It says, Kashan, Iran, Teachers Square. You're watching Right Side Broadcasting's live, continuing coverage of the Iran protests. We've been covering it a lot today and yesterday. Meanwhile, on CNN, they're talking about the president tweeting about climate change. That's what they're talking about on CNN. On MSNBC, it looks like they're on a commercial. on Fox, they're talking about a Wall Street Journal op-ed piece on the president's first year in office, so they're not talking about it on Fox. Also, so many commercials on mainstream media, too. They do that, but they don't really seem to be... Oh, and on MSNBC, they're covering the past year in politics. So none of the mainstream media is covering this huge event that's going on right now, at least they're covering it live. But we are... And we don't even show commercials. We rely on you for support. So if you want to support our network, we stay on the air. We survive thanks to donations from people like you. So if you want to support the network, if you're liking the broadcast, if you like that we're covering this when the mainstream media isn't, please consider making a donation. That's what keeps us. If we don't get donations, we can't survive. So we hate asking for them, but I got to ask for them because that's what allows us to do this and come on the air. So if you like the broadcast, even if it's a small amount, we'd really appreciate you donating. To donate, easiest way to do it is go to the bottom of the YouTube chat, click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat. Even if it's small, we very much appreciate it. That's what's going to keep us on the air and allow us to keep doing this. So bottom of the YouTube chat, there's a $ there, or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Because we want to stay on the air and keep doing this coverage for you. We think it's important that somebody cover this if the mainstream media is not going to. Let's see if I can find you more updates about what's going on there. Have we seen this? I don't think I've seen this before. I think this is people burning a Supreme Leader Khamenei poster in Iran. Barzan Sadiq posted this. It says, angry protesters throw away the Supreme Leader of Iran, pictures across the country. So let's look at this video. Supposedly from tonight. And so we got a message about one of the people, somebody watching saying, hey, check your sources. One of the people you read a tweet from is like is a propagandist against Iran, I believe. So when I show tweets from people, I'm not showing their editorial comments. And when I do, I say this is an editorial comment. What I'm using... when I show people, I'm basically trying to get a feel for what's going on there. So I'll show, for the most part, if somebody posts a video clip, I'll show that. So, you know, whether or not, whatever somebody's beliefs are about Iran and about the government there, I'm not showing their 3-paragraph creed about Iran government. If they post a video, it's a video. I don't care if the person posting the video hates the government or loves the government there. I'm just going to show you the video, and if it's claimed to be from tonight, and say it's claimed to be from tonight. So I understand the concern, which is like, hey, be careful when you're showing sources if they're biased or not. But that to me more comes into play if people are, editorializing of what's going on, or saying things about the government, or analyzing the situation. Most of what I'm doing here is just trying to give you factual updates and saying, hey, this is reported. I don't know if it's true. It might not be true. So I understand your concern, but what I won't do is just show you some random person's post like, this is what I think about somebody saying this is what's going on and this is what I think about the uprising. And because when it gets to that could just be somebody's opinion, and I kind of want to know more about the person saying it. But if there's some kind of video out there that's a video, I don't think the person... no matter who they are, stage this video. For the most part, I assume these are real videos, and I want to get those videos to you. All right, let's see what else we can get here. Planet Vaster sent me this. It's a video we hadn't seen before. I hadn't seen before, I don't think. It says, people of Kermanshah set on fire pictures of Khamenei across city tonight. I don't think we watched this video yet. Here's another video I haven't seen. So there's some editorializing in the comment here. Based Monitored post this. He says it's protesters shout death, death, Khamenei as they tear down a billboard with his picture. Then he does some editorializing about this, but I did want to show you the video I don't think we've seen this one, of protesters shouting death, Khamenei and reportedly tearing down a billboard with his picture. So let's just watch the video. I gotta say, it's pretty stunning how many videos we have seen of people ripping down posters of Supreme Leader Khamenei, burning posters of Supreme Leader Khamenei, destroying billboards of Supreme Leader Khamenei. We've seen videos like this apparently from across Iran. Very striking, shocking to see those. Hey, Fred Solati made a donation. Thank you, Fred. Farid Solati said, from my parents, thank you, Steve, for using your time to report to us about Iran. Thank you, Farid. That's very nice of you. Thank you to your parents for making that donation. That'll help keep us on the air. We really appreciate it. Okay, guys, so what I think I'm going to do is this. So we've been on the air about 4 hours right now, getting close to 4 hours. I'm going to take a little break at this point because for a couple reasons. First of all, I need to eat something. That's probably important reason one. And second of all, you know, there's a bit of a lull right now with stuff coming in video-wise and new news. Now, I don't know with them cutting off internet, and we've heard reports that they're cutting off cell phone service, cutting off internet. Is that going to keep us from getting more videos and stuff? I don't know. But my plan is just to take a little break, to eat something, and then if there's more news going on, you know, tonight, even in an hour or two, to come back on and do another stream tonight. So if you want to know when our next stream is coming on, subscribe to us on YouTube and click the notifications bell. That way you'll get notified when our stream comes on the air. So subscribe to us on YouTube, click the notifications bell. You can also follow us on Facebook at Right Side Broadcasting and on Twitter at RSB Network, at RSB Network. That way, if more stuff happens tonight and breaks in the next hour or two, when I come back on the air and do another stream, which I will if stuff is still developing there, you'll find out about it. So Just so you know, subscribe to us on YouTube, click the notifications bell, follow us on Facebook, Right Side Broadcasting, on Twitter, we're at RSB Network. Also, in the meantime, even when I'm taking my break, if stuff happens that I hear about, I'll post it on my Twitter, so you can follow me on Twitter, at Lookner, at Lookner, at Lookner. Follow me there. I post even when I'm off the air. And thanks to everybody who donated during the coverage today. If you've been liking our coverage, we're going to keep covering the story as long as it goes, even though the mainstream media isn't covering it. But to say again, we need your donations to stay on the air. That's how we stay on the air. If you want to donate, go to the bottom of the YouTube chat. Click on the $ at the bottom of the YouTube chat. There's a little $ there. Or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Thanks so much to the moderators who've been with us as we've been covering this today. In the YouTube chat, we got Pam C. and Jude and Webster and Roger Vega and Guinevere and Jan and Lynn Jean. So many moderators working so hard. Thank all you guys for moderating. And I'm sure it was busy in the chat room today. And also on comment, we got Common Sense and Gleno on our website. What else was I going to say? Thanks just everybody who's been sending me stuff as we've been covering the Iran story yesterday and today. A bunch of you have been sending me links, sending me videos, sending me news updates. Keep doing that. You guys help us cover the news here at Right Side Broadcasting. So thank you so much, people who've been sending stuff in, and thank you to everybody who's been watching us the last couple days on Facebook and on YouTube. Tell your friends, tell people you know that they might want Iran coverage and aren't getting it in the mainstream media. Tell them to come to Right Side Broadcasting because we are covering this very important story. We will continue covering it. And a bunch of people saying thanks in the chat room: Light Switch, Lisa PDX, Barry H. Mr. Gossamer, Tom O'Neill, Agent Harley Girl, Jessica, Gogol Poe, JC, William Geary, K. Philly, Super Bob, and everybody else there. Elysia, Massimo, Will Redding. So thank all of you guys for saying thanks. So I anticipate, as if this keeps developing, which I'm sure it will, and after I go eat something, coming back on the air a little later today. So again, subscribe to us on YouTube, hit the notifications bell, and I'll also post on my Twitter when I'm coming back on the air. So follow me at Lookner, follow me at Lookner on Twitter. But for right now, this is going to wrap up this stream, and I anticipate doing a stream later on. And also, just so you know, we are doing a New Year's Eve special tomorrow night starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, so you can join Right Side Broadcasting for New Year's Eve tomorrow night if you'd like. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. But I anticipate doing another Iran stream later today at some point, so keep an eye out for that. All right, that's it for now. Thanks, everybody, for watching this stream and this coverage, and I anticipate being back on soon for more coverage. But for now, from everybody else at Right Side, from everybody here at Right Side Broadcasting, have a good day and a happy early New Year, and we will keep covering this Iran story for you. Talk to you soon.